Hi. When we rolled out the Starlight Inception Kickstarter, we had no idea what would happen. Since then, we've learned a lot, and we've accumulated questions from amazing backers and supporters. So today, I'm going to go see if Gary is going to answer some of those questions. Come on, let's go. Hey, Gary. Our backers have a couple questions about Starlight Inception. Do you have a minute?
Sure, absolutely.
So I know the main concern is, what are they going to be doing in the game?
Right. Well, first off, you're going to choose whether you want to play single player or multiplayer. The multiplayer mode will include team-based or co-op play, as well as deathmatch, capture the flag, and protect the capital ship modes.
Okay, but what if I'm a casual player and I just want to get right into the action?
When you go to single player, you can choose casual or hardcore, depending on your play style. Casual removes lots of configuration menus and some of the micromanagement while flying. Conceivably, casual might also offer an easier flight experience.
Okay, but let's not forget about the hardcore players who want a deeper experience.
For the hardcore players, you'll get all the configuration menus, including the ability to tune your fighters before combat, adjust the performance characteristics, equipment, and weaponry, as well as upgrading those same systems. The game uses a sort of currency known as command points, or command prestige, which you gain through successful objectives, missions, combat, exploration, goals, and side quests within those missions.
Can you tell us about that really cool hangar deck feature?
The hangar deck is really cool. It's a sort of garage. You're going to have the ability to collect space fighters, bombers, transports, cargo ships throughout the game, and then to access them in the garage or hangar bay to take them on missions.
Now, take us through a typical mission.
Once you get your fighter adjusted to your taste, or if you're a casual player, once you hit the deploy button, you'll find yourself sitting in a launch tube, staring out at space. You're going to get short cinematics that dial you into the story and give information about what's happening in the overall campaign. You might be on an escort mission, you might be on a stealth mission, recon hunt, straight shoot 'em up, or something else. And then again, it might be some combination of all of the above. Our missions have a great deal of variety. Anyway, here you are staring down a launch tube. Maybe you're looking at a planet or a bunch of asteroids or just deep space. And you get the call. The control voice says, "Cleared for launch. Good luck, 2-3." And the catapult triggers, thrusting you into the unknown.
Wow, that sounds great. Can you tell us about the controls?
The game supports flight sticks, game controllers, or a good old mouse and keyboard. On the PlayStation Vita, the twin analog joysticks, twin touchscreens, and gyroscope will be your primary means of control. It really doesn't matter what you choose. The game is tuned for all of them.
Now that you've launched, what are you going to do next?
Well, while you're on the mission, you'll be controlling the camera, the ship's thrust and attitude vectors, and the ship's systems, among other things. You can bank, pitch, and roll to gain situational awareness. You can scan your sensors, find out what is incoming, find out what's around you. There might be a space station, asteroids, NPC wingman, a UAV. Anything is possible. But once you do pick up hostiles, your TACCOM is going to crackle to life. The holographic control officer is going to tell you you have permission to engage the hostiles.
And then you go into combat.
Right. You can switch perspective from behind the ship to within the cockpit, drag the throttle forward, shift some power to shields and weapons by adjusting sliders within the cockpit, and then engage the bogies. Once you choose a primary target, you can decide whether to use a short-range missile, a targeted EMP burst, or cannons. You'll need to watch your own attitude. You don't want to fly into an asteroid just as you score your first hit of the day. You'll be taking fire now, either watching your hull fly away or strikes on your shields. Anyway, you should be constantly evaluating, deciding what weapon to use, what will be the most effective. Do I fire a short-range copperhead missile, or do I use my cannons? Whatever you choose, the sound effects are going to take you right into the action.
Once an enemy is destroyed, will you be able to do anything else?
Well, besides activating your repair nanites, you can also salvage anything that is still in one piece from the wreckage. Sometimes this stuff comes in handy. But you may not have time to do it because there's still probably going to be hostiles in the area.
Will Newtonian physics play a role in the game?
Oh, absolutely. The zero-gravity environment of space really makes some wicked maneuvers possible. For instance, you can swing the ship around in an impossible 180-degree turn and eliminate bogies in a rain of cannon fire before they know what hits them.
It sounds like there are a lot of cool story elements in this game. But what if I'm a player who just wants something less structured?
If you're just not into the story-based part of the game, then choose to defend your mothership in a sort of tower defense game, where you deploy turrets and fight even bigger capital ships while enemy marauders spill through an Einstein-Rosen bridge, which is sort of a warp tunnel through space, to destroy your capital ship.
Well, thanks a lot, Gary. That answers a lot of our questions that we had about gameplay in Starlight Inception. Early on in the Kickstarter campaign, you had mentioned adding to the team. What are the latest developments on that?
Well, as I promised, we've been bringing lots of new members aboard Starlight Inception. We're now working with several prominent concept artists to design our space fighters, bombers, transports, capital ships, space and planetary bases, and other visual aspects of our game. Their combined resume includes the Halo franchise, Star Wars franchise, Dust 514, Skyrim, Killzone, Lord of the Rings, G.I. Joe, and Civilization. Their work is amazing, and it stands up to the best of what the game industry can offer. You'll be seeing a lot more of that art over the next few weeks.
What about music and voice in the game?
We've entered into a collaboration with David Arkenstone, the 3-time Grammy-nominated composer who contributed to World of Warcraft Cataclysm. David brings a powerful arsenal of musical talent to this project and gets what we're trying to do: state-based music tied to different events and player actions throughout the game. Imagine feeling like you have your own AAA soundtrack accompanying you through the game. In addition, we've entered into an agreement with 2 AAA casting and voice agencies in California to find top-notch talent for the voice work in this game.
Is there anything else you want to add?
We take Starlight Inception very seriously. We really need the help of the backers to make the best game possible.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time and attention today. If you could please help us spread the word about Starlight Inception, we would really appreciate it. With your help, we can really make this game happen. Thanks.